Hi guys, I've been asked how do I make music for my videos or when I make like a wedding videos. You can't really use popular tunes or whatever, and sometimes what I do when I have like a professional contract to edit, I will use like Epidemic Sound. It's like 14-15 bucks a month, I don't remember, but sometimes I make my own music because it's just more fun. So today the goal is to teach you how to use a DAW. It's going to be super basic, like bass. We're going to use FL Studio. It's my favorite one. The reason is it's quite simple. There was a free trial like a long time ago. I think there's still a free trial going on like all the time, and I liked it so much that I bought it. I think it was $128. It wasn't very expensive, and you had a lot of plugins already included. Now you're going to ask me, what's a plugin? It's all the instruments inside of it. So let's start. When you open your FL Studio, the page is going to look a little bit similar like this. I'm going to move stuff around. Usually I work with 3 screens. I'm going to work with 2 screens, but I'm going to compact everything in one to help you out. Just going to move stuff around. This is the mixer. If you look here on top, you have 3 buttons here. This is the mixer. If I press, it's gone. If I press, it's back. I'm just going to move the mixer on this side here to make some room. This is your channel rack. The channel rack is where you're going to select all your instruments. They're all here. Again, this is channel rack. It disappears, it reappears. If you work with one screen, you're going to use these buttons a lot because otherwise your screen gets too jammed. I'm just going to move it aside here. And the third one here is going to be the piano roll. The piano roll is a little bit different. It's where we're going to fix everything. You can compose inside the piano roll. I don't because I have a keyboard, I have a piano, so I don't need it, but it's one of the most important part of the software here. And this is your playlist arrangement. We're gonna do this in step. You're gonna see it's gonna be very easy. You see here my piano roll overtook my page here, so I can't find my rack. I go back to rack here, boom, it reappears. I'm gonna bring it back here for you guys. These are all the instruments that are preloaded in it. They're kicks, claps, hi-hat, and snare. We're gonna do this very slowly. If you follow my mouse here on top here, you have patterns and you have songs. This is a pattern, and the song is going to be in the playlist here. We're gonna do that after. We're gonna start very simple. We're gonna make the easiest beat ever in the world, and kicks, right? So if you want to kick, like this is 4 bars, right? So if you want to kick, you press left on your mouse, click. I'm just going to do like boom, 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 right? So here we go. We have a quite simple, right? All right. So now we probably want a hi-hat somewhere. Let's put a hi-hat in the middle, right? And see what happens. There you go. That's pretty cool. We have a beat already. And now we could add a clap or a snare. Usually the clap or the snare, this is super basic, right? On the first beat of the second bar. So let's try again. And there you go. Technically speaking, you have a disco beat or a techno beat already, right? So perfect. Now, you may think that the kick is too loud or something, that the clap is too loud. Very simple to fix. We come back up here, follow my mouse here. We're gonna bring back the mixer. The mixer, I'm gonna just slide it in. We know here's how this works. I'm gonna put it here. Kick is number 1. See here, number 1? That's where the volume is. So if we start this, by the way, you can press start and stop with the space bar here. Watch, space bar. You can see my hand here, space bar, right? If you want more kick, then you can go here, there you go. If you want no kick, you can make it disappear, right? I'm just gonna leave it basic for now so we understand what's going on. The same with we know that the hi-hat is 3, we know that the clap is 2, so if you want more clap, here we go. All right, now if you only want to listen to one instrument, let's say I only want to kick, I'm gonna press right on my mouse. See, there you go. See here again, this is right. All right, because you can tune it. You'll see in the next video how this works. So if you want to bring everything back, the same, left click. So all right, I'm gonna move this out. Now let's say that you think that this is going too fast, follow my mouse from the kick. I'm always going to start from here, right, the middle. So look here, here's your tempo. You can change your tempo by sliding the wheel. Let's put it 120, right? So it's slowed down. So now we know where we're at. Let's say, I'm going to show you how to use the rack first. Let's say you don't like this kick, right? If you press here, this you can modify your kick, but we're not going to go there for today. These instruments are all replaceable. You can add more too. If you come, follow the mouse to the left, here you have kicks, you have cymbals, you have everything, percussions, you have more kicks here. Let's find a kick we like. Press left on your mouse. Oh, I like this. That's an 808. Let's put it right there inside. Should be the same one. Boom. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, then I would suggest, again, spacebar start, spacebar stop, right? All right, so I would suggest that you close your window when you're done with it, otherwise it gets very messy. I don't really like the clap that we're using now, right? So you can go to claps here, see clap. Oh, I like this number. I like this number 18. Take it, slide it into clap. Wow, it's pretty deep, right? A good sound here. And then the hi-hat is a little bit weak as well, I think. Space bar to stop. I'm just going to close it. Just try to keep everything clean, otherwise it becomes like a mess. Let's see. You can play the song, right? And then you can try them. Watch this. And you can hear. Oh, I like this. So I'm just going to slide it over. Don't need to stop. Damn. I like this. Sounds great. Now, yeah, sounds pretty good. So we have a basic beat, right? And nothing is fantastic here. We didn't invent anything. Now, while all this is playing, right? If you want more hat, less hat, watch this. You just add more, watch. Right? There you go. Do we like this? Maybe one too many hats here. Let's try this. Then you have some triplets. Let's put one more here. All right, so we got some kind of a beat, all right? I'm not wasting time on this. I'm not creating a new end of the world beat here. Now, you hear your clap here. Maybe you think, I want more clap than this. You can go, let's close this here. You can go find something else. You can go find another clap. I'm just gonna open it, right? Want something with more echo? You can take it, slide under the last one, right? If you slide on it, it's gonna replace. If you slide under, it's gonna add it, right? So we know our clap is on the first beat of second and the fourth bar, and then watch this. Do we like this clap? Here, let's try this one. Slide in. Whoa. So you see now we doubled our clap, right? Now, if we look here in this rack, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? And then we don't have a, hey, where's this? It's not in there, right? So you're gonna use the mouse, the wheel, and look in the mixer. Watch the mixer here, okay? And the mixer too, watch it's moving all around, right? So usually I keep all my drums under 10 or maybe under 15, depending on what I'm gonna do. If you put 2 on the same, you control 2 volumes. It's not really convenient. So I'm gonna put it in 5, and it's already titled clap. And I usually don't rename the first 4 ones because I know what they are. But number 5, we're just gonna press a right click on it, rename and color. I'm gonna call it the second clap, so I know exactly what that is. I'm gonna choose a color. Usually my drum section I keep in red. Press enter, enter 2 times, and there you go. And then you can play with the volume. And then if you're not sure of it, you can just listen to it only. All right. Now, if you want to save all this, of course, the same as the usual, Control Save. I'm just going to write it experiment 1.0. I use a 1.0 to 2.0 when I do music, because otherwise you get lost into, if you give like names, then you don't remember, is that melancholy, was that day, or you can use a date as well, it works for me, and then I find a name later when the song is over. All right, so we know how to add another drum track inside there. So we have a beat here, but we have no like, we don't have like a melody. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna teach you how to do it. We're gonna add an instrument. It's not on the side here. So what we're gonna do, you press plus here, it opens a dashboard, and here inside the dashboard, you get all your instruments. I'm gonna, coming with the software for free is a Flex here. Flex is very powerful, actually. I'm just gonna move this here. All right, so here we go. We have a Flex. I have a keyboard. By the way, if you don't have a keyboard, right, Q is a C. Watch, C. You see my hand on my keyboard here? And then if you look on my piano here, it's the same thing, right? So basically you could, I'll show you, it's a bit loud here. I'll show you a chart for that later. I'm just going to put it up to show you. So if you have like a proper MIDI keyboard, whatever, you can still use your piano, your keyboard as a piano at home, right? So what we can do is, first of all, the reason why I can slide all my stuff from one screen to the other one, see this one's not sliding, it's because it's not detached. If you go up here, press here, and then find detached, and then when I detach, it can move here. All right, so let's find a sound that we like. You can go up here. At the beginning, right, it's difficult to find melodies you like, so you can go into arpeggio here. So, sorry, I'll do it again. There's a button here called tag. You can go in tag, and then you're gonna find like all that you want to find. Make sure you select all here, and then I'll press arpeggio, and let's find something just to have fun. There are some drum loops in there. There's a lot of stuff in there, actually. I'm going to use the Q to go faster. Watch. You could use that if you don't know how to make a beat. Right? It's not really, I don't use beats, but they're there. So, and they're legal to use. So if you want to use them to make a YouTube video, hey, go for it. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Let's see what else we got. Mr. Level. That's a little bit too much. I'm looking for something a little bit. I kind of like this. Let's see if it works with our beat here. Pretty good actually, but not exactly what I was looking for. Let's try another one and just see what happens. Skycatcher. Oh. I think this is pretty good. Okay, so again, we don't have a number on this, right? Here's my rack. This is going to be the new Flex, the stairway. Like I said before, I think I'm going to put it over 10 just to give us room if we want to add more drums before we move on. So it's called stairway here. So 10, we can rename it. I'll just go melody number 1. The reason why I'm not using that name there is because I might change it. But then if I put the name of the instrument here and the name is changed here, it's not going to work. So I know that in 10, it's going to be my melody. So I can always find it back. So again, being organized is kind of important. And I forgot to give it a color. Change color. My synths usually I go with a yellow, and I'm going to use different shades of yellow to move around. So, all right, now it's time to record our first thing here. I'm going to remove everything. We don't need this. And If you're going to record, the record is here, right? We're just gonna go song. Song is here, so you can hear everything. I'm gonna lay, we're gonna do this step by step. I'm gonna bring back the rack. All right, so I'm gonna lay pattern 1, right, is what we did before. Boom, this is pattern 1. I'm gonna put 8 bars just so we have time to move. So we haven't recorded yet, so it's not included in pattern 1, and we don't want it. Usually I will separate all my drums. They will all have 1 track each, and they will all have 1 pattern each here as well, because then when you want to tweak, it's easier. So we haven't recorded anything yet. So how we do a new pattern, this is pattern number 1. Here, find the next empty, and we're gonna call this melody. Melody number 1, yes, so we know that this and this on the mixer is the same. I forgot to give it color again, sorry guys. Name color, it was here, color, boom, we have the same color, enter again, right? And then to record this, we're gonna press record here. And you can have a metronome if you don't have a bass here. It's gonna click, click, click. Here is a 3, 2, 1, so before it starts, so you know what you're doing. You can fix everything after, doesn't it? Here's the beauty of a DAW. You don't need to record perfectly. It's gonna you can fix everything. So there we go. So I can start recording with the space bar button, of course. I'm gonna get ready to record. I'm just gonna practice what I wanted to record first. All right, so let's do this. It's gonna go click, click, click. Oops, it didn't. Did I press record? Okay. I'm just gonna press play and it's gonna do it for me, okay? Did I press record? Why is it not recording? Wait. Am I on melody here? Record, yes. All right, record. Ah, I know what happened. 3, 2, 1, here. All right, space bar to stop. Now let's listen to it. Oof. Oof. Okay, so we see everything is terrible, right? So to go in there, to fix this, we're gonna go into our channel rack again. We're gonna double click on this, just click one time actually, and then this, what happened is that the piano reappeared. You see, if I click on the kick, right? Then it's gonna be the kick that's gonna reappear. If I click on my stairway, that's gonna be what reappears. So we're gonna fix it. When you do something like this, right, a clip, you wanna make sure you're at the beginning here, and then we're gonna listen and fix at the same time as this rolls. Watch this, all right? See, I didn't like where this moved. It should be on beat 2, and then we know that this should be on beat 4. So let's start at the beginning. Oh, see, that was wrong. So actually, this, you can reduce it. I'm gonna bring this back here. Watch this. See, so this part is fixed, but this part is not fixed here. See, we were too early at the beginning here, so we're just gonna move it back. See the bar 4, bar 5, we're gonna move it back here, and then this should all move back as well. Let's see what happens. We're good? Very good. Oh, see, we missed it here. So this was too long. We can bring it back. And this we can bring back to here. And then we're gonna shorten this just to make sure. Let's see. All right, So as we can see here, this is not on the line, it's not perfect, so we need to move it on the line to be timed. This E5 here is timed, but this is too long, it's making a mess here, right? So I think we got it pretty good. Let's try it again. So we like this, it worked pretty darn good if you ask me. So now what's missing? It's missing a bass for sure. So let's remove the piano on the side here. Let's grab we're just gonna add a plus, or we can slide something in, right? So let's go find a basic bass here. Let's say a classic, all right? So I'm just gonna slide it here, under. If you slide over it, you're replacing. So we go under, right? And then let's close this. Then let's listen. I'm going to use the Q again to see if I like this bass. I don't really like it. It's kind of terrible. I'm going to replace it with the Ibanez bass. Yeah, why not? All right, but here the Q is it's a C5, right? So I'm going to go one octave lower, a C4. All right, so let's see what happens. Cannot really hear the bass because it's a little bit too loud. So what we're going to do is bring back this here, and then bass, I'm going to give it a number. Let's give it number 15 just to make sure I have room for my synths. And then it wasn't very loud, right? So I'm just going to crank it because I want to hear it. Then later I'll bring it back down, right? So right, so we can do it like this, right? It's gonna be a... Don't really like this bass, but we're gonna make the pattern first and then we're gonna rechange it later, okay? So again, we are here, we got the number 15, we're gonna grab another slot here, find the next empty, we're gonna call it bass, right? And we're gonna give it a color. Usually I keep my bass in the purple color, enter, enter. We know in 15, right? Back to our thing here, number 15. So rename, change color icon, bass, right? And then the color, poof, we're in the purple, enter, enter. We are good here. Let's move that around. And then, oops, that's not what I wanted. And then number 3 here. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you something. We're in track 2 here, but we're in track 10 here. It doesn't matter. They're going to work together, but usually to keep clean, right? I'm going to go into track 10 to be with 10 in my mixer. And now the bass is going to be in 15 because I chose the mixer number 15. So again, we're going to record now. I think I'm going to record something like this. Yeah, just keep it very simple. So again, we're going to go into record. It's going to give me a timer. 2, 3, 4. All right, so we have our piano here. We're gonna unpress record, of course. We're gonna press here. Here's our piano. I'm gonna slide it back in so we can see what's going on. Right? And let's listen if I'm on time. Yeah, actually, when you get used to it, right, you don't even need to listen to it. You can just see it. You see the first is on time, we're on time, we're on time, we're on time. We're on time, we're on time, time is good, good. Go, we're a little bit too, all right, we're good. Okay, don't know why there's a click here. We're just gonna erase this, bring it back. We're on time here. We're pretty much on time everywhere. Yeah, let's listen to it now. here. All right, so it didn't record very well. Let's see what happens. I'm just gonna expand it. See, I kind of messed up here. I don't know why. Let's try again. Yeah, anyway, you see you can fix it all inside here. I'm just gonna make sure everything is tight. So this was going here. This will just disappear here. This goes here, and then I know exactly where it goes. You see the magic? You can fix it. Or what I could do, I could copy the first pattern here and then do a Control B. Watch this. Okay, so this is all scrap here. So I'm gonna shift, oops, I'm gonna Control, take all this out, right? Delete, boom. Let's see, what else do I have here? This is all like, so it's Control, don't like this. I'm just gonna delete it all. There you go. So this here was good. And I don't like that it's leading into the other sound. I'm just gonna modify a little bit. All right, so we like this here. We're just gonna Control A and then Control B it. Whoops, I don't know why it went so far. Control Z to undo. Let's try again. Where's my, there we are. Oh, I know what happened because I'm inside something else. All right, so I'm just gonna get Control B. Then we're just gonna move it. There you go. There's something here, it's not supposed to be here. I know what happened. I forgot to erase this. Here, erased. All right, so like you see, we did a copy and paste. This is not supposed to be here. This is supposed to be here. All right, so Control, Shift, just bring it back here. And there you go. All right, so then again, a Control, boom, then just reslide it to its proper place, which should be here. Let's try again. All right, so and then we'll just do another one. Let's bring it over, and then just gonna erase the one under. There you go, there's one under here. Poof. There you go. And this one needs to be erased because I'm at the end of my bar here. So let's go again. Okay, so the bass is a little bit too loud. I'm gonna go back into my mixer to release the, lower the volume. All right, so that's pretty good already. Okay, so now that we have this, we can go back. I'm just gonna move the piano out of here. I'm gonna move the mixer out of it. And then we do have a bass here. The reason why I still have 2 clicks in there is because in my piano somewhere, I forgot something. I'm gonna go find it. And oh, there they are. Control, delete. You see the measure, it just disappeared there. Let's move everything out. And then we should be okay. See, it's gonna play. See, what I made a mistake here, it's very simple, is that I recorded inside the melody, and I should have recorded inside the bass. It's because I didn't click this button here. So to fix this, should be fixed. So I'm gonna go back into the this should be right. Let's click on this. I can leave it there for now because it's just an example, but if it was like my real track, I wouldn't do that. I forgot to place here because I'm talking to you. So anyway, we got the bass now, it's fine. Our bass is still, that hasn't changed, it's still on my mixer here, right? 15, so we know where it is, it's not a biggie. All right, so now let's bring back the rack here. Let's add more, we did a flex. I'm gonna use an Omnisphere too. I like this software, it's great software, it's expensive. It's used by the major producers in the world. I know how it works, so I enjoy using it. So we could go find maybe an organ to light up our moods here. Maybe a Hammond. Here's a Hammond. Hey, let's use a club one. All right, so a Hammond. Right, so if we go listen to our song, right? All right, let's go back to our... too much in the same tone. Let's find something maybe I want something a bit more majestic should be the maybe this. Maybe let's find goat. That sounds better. Let's put it oh, I need to detach. There we go. I can move it here. All right, let's try this. Sounds good. Sounds pretty good actually, if you ask me. I want to go see something in here, it's annoying me. There we go. We're just going to extend this to the end of the bar. There was a little cut there I didn't like. It's what happens when you make something, right? You always like go in and try to fix everything as you go. And there's a little bit of problem here too that I saw is the bass will disappear because I didn't fix it right. Where's my racks here? All right, let's go here, and then I need to do a Control V. I gotta move it right here. Control V. I gotta move it right there. Right here. Then Control V. I gotta move it right here. And another Control V, and I'm gonna remove it right there. And then should take this off, and you see there was a leftover here. Here, cancel this guy, resize this guy, and then I should have my bass everywhere. And then this should all be Shift, oops, Control, and let's delete these guys. And then I think something is going over a little bit, is this guy here. And there we go. So we fixed everything here, it's all check and done. This time I'm not gonna make the same mistake. First empty is gonna be organ, of course. And now it's gonna be a Hammond, or we'll just call it organ church. Church, there we go. I forgot to give it a color. Let's go with a orange. There you go, enter. If we go back into our rack here, I'm going to bring it back here. This here was Omnisphere 2. We're going to rename it Organ. and give it a color. So organ, and the color was a orange. We just enter, and then we're gonna do this. It's very meticulous. Listen, you don't need to do all this, but I'm gonna put it in 16. If you don't want to do all this, it's fine. But if you make something, this is very basic. If you make something more complex, then it's gonna be hard for you to find everything that you made. And you say we're just making this, and I made a little mistake already. So if you're not paying attention, all right. So we got our organ there. So what we're gonna do now is go back to. I'm gonna make sure to click on it this time. Yes. And then I'm gonna lay it down in 16, right? I'm gonna move it here. I'm gonna end it here. It's the length that I want. I'm gonna press record. I'm just gonna go practice, make sure. All right, so here we go. Space bar to stop. We're gonna go into the rack, and then you find a piano. I'm gonna move the piano on your side, and then we're gonna go see what happens here. I de-arm that, the record, and let's go. So we know that this is not supposed to be there. This is supposed to be on 2. So that's supposed to be on 3, right? See? We're on 3, but this is going over. It's making a terrible sound. And this is, we know it ends here. This goes on 5. Let's bring it to the end. You see the numbers on top, right? So you know where it's supposed to stop. You know where it's supposed to begin, right? And then I think we should do it. And I forgot to move this one. I moved it back, and we know that this ends at 9, so I'm gonna make sure that I go close to the end here, and there we go. If we go back to our playlist here, I'm just gonna move this out. Oops, playlist is here, right? Move this out, and that. See, we added so many instruments now that we can't really hear the bass and the drums anymore, so we need to make sure that we're level here. Right, so we're pretty good here. So anyway, I was just trying to show you how to the beginning of all this here. You see, usually I do this in 5 minutes, but because I'm explaining and I have to deal with recording and stuff, I'm not too sure, like this is going a little bit left and right. But yeah, so anyway, now you can do a Control S, right? Because you want to save all this, and there you go. Now you can re-expand a lot more. You got your rack here. Inside your rack, you press a plus, and then you have like a ton of instruments in there. Dex is in there, and then I'll make another video to show you how to compress and how to fine-tune your songs and how to sidechain and everything. But as you can see, this is just the basics. You can actually make a song now, right? Is it going to be the best song, the best produced? Not, of course, because it takes time to learn. It takes time to hear, like, it takes time to be happy with what you're doing, right? What we did here, I would never put this in a video because it's not ready, right? But it's a good base, right? You know how to make a beat, you find like 3 notes, and then if you make 3 notes, right, you can make any Maroon 5 songs in the world. You can make any Adele song in the world. You can make any song in the world. Most of the songs in the world are 3 notes, unless you go crazy like King Crimson or experimental jazz. But mostly it's all 3 notes, right? So if you can find, I'll show you in the piano roll next time. I did the chords by myself, but inside here, you see here, if you find a note, the computer, the software has all the scales and all the melodics for you and all the chords for you. So and actually we can also arpeggiate all of this at the same time. So it's a little bit more but it's not complicated, it just takes time to explain. So if you know nothing about music, who cares, because the computer can do it for you, but you still have the ultimate control on what you're doing. You're not just you know, on the internet now they sell like chord packs, and yeah, it's great if you don't want to make music or you want to make something that sounds great. Well, it sounds great right now. The problem is that the same problem with melodics, or if you use a YouTube music, right? The problem with YouTube music is that everybody's using YouTube music. So you make a video and everybody has the same music, and then when you start to oh well, I thought it was something else, or you go like, oh, this is, oh yeah, you know, like it's not original anymore. So doing this, it's original for you, it's original for your viewers, and plus it's super fun to do. I make songs, my music's on Spotify, I make music for other people as well, and I didn't go to school for 20 years. If you have a good idea, you've got good imagination, then you can get around all of this quite easily. So anyway, that's that for today. I'll be back to make another video on how to use the your DAW or FL Studio, and how to plan and think about how to make songs on it. So anyway, catch you later. Thanks guys.